Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and in this video I've got 4 replays for you in the brand new Japanese medium tank, the KAME or KAME as we pronounce it. I have no idea, but yeah, so the KAME is the new tier 8 premium Japanese medium tank that has come out this week. And yeah, what I thought I'd do is I'd do a review on it, just because to be fair, I haven't done tank of the month this month because it's Cold War tank. And I thought, Joe, what, I'm going to treat myself and buy this brand new medium tank, because I thought, well, it might actually be a bit of me. So yeah, we'll go into stats, and then obviously we'll look at gameplay, equipment layout, and all that sort of thing. Okay, so looking at the stats then, you can see we've got a top forward speed of 50 kilometers an hour with a top reverse speed of 20 kilometers per hour. Internal fire chance 12%. You've got 1450 hit points. And you've got 278 still concealment with 287 concealment on the move with a 512 meter view range. Now this is based on my setup, what I've got equipment and perk wise on this tank, which I will show shortly in the video. It runs a 10.5 centimeter gun, and you've got on that 10 degrees of gun depression. You've got 6.78 second reload time with 0.29 accuracy with 1.80 meter accuracy during movement, 1.84 second aim time. You have AP and heat rounds along with your HE, and you've got penetration on your standard rounds at 250 millimeters penetration with 270 on your premium, and they do 320 alpha per shot. Your shell velocity is 1,000 meters per second on your standard with 880 on your heat rounds. And on the premium bonus, you just have the usual 150% silver silver percent bonus. So yeah, it's pretty much sort of bog standard on that version of things. Looking at the armor now, it's got good turret armor, but it's not something I would fully rely on. It's quite a flat-faced turret as well. So when you think of anything sort of flat-faced, you know, particularly your German heavies, 9 times out of 10 people are just going to load heat and just going to go straight through it. Roof armor is pretty much non-existent, so something to be careful of with artillery. I'm sure that cupola can probably be easily penned as well. But yeah, it's got some armor, but not something to fully rely on. The engine and fuel tank's obviously located in the rear of the tank. Say 12% fire chance, so you shouldn't get set on fire too much. And your ammo rack is sort of dotted on the left right hand side of the hull, and also left hand side of the turret at the rear there. And you've also got some ammo racks sort of on the floor pan and at various pillars of the floor pan as well. So on the equipment, I run gun rammer, optics, and camo net. And on the perks, I've got Born Leader, Rapid Reload, 6th Sense, Situational Awareness, Steady Aim, Snapshot, Run and Gun, Silent Driving, and Camouflage Expertise. So I've gone more for a camouflage setup on this tank, just to sort of improve that, make it a bit more of sort of a flanker. I mean, it has got some good mobility, so for me, you know, that's how you sort of just make this tank kind of work in a sense, getting on the flanks and you know, pushing across sort of the map to get to various locations pretty quickly, so you can start putting the damage in. So anyway, we'll go through some gameplay just to see what this tank is all about. So the first map, we're actually on Mountain Pass. We are top tier, and we are going to move to sort of usual location I like to play when I'm on this spawn, which is over on the hill here. You'll see where the light tank already is. That's where we're going to play. You can see the enemy light tank has pushed up into the base. Light tank's not usually a particular threat on this map because it is very much a corridor map. So, you know, being honest, light tanks really don't get much of a chance to sort of shine on this map. But, you know, still, we wanted to try and see if we could potentially get a shot in. The light tank is sort of sat underneath our ridge, so it's not going to happen. But now I've noticed the brass has come over. Now I would like to get rid of the brass because brass has got quite a dangerous gun. So again, it's not going to fully shine on this map because of this being a corridor map, but still with the brass I don't want it sneaking up on us at any point in the game and putting 2 shots into us. We do notice this Tiger 2, unfortunately we didn't quite aim that shot fully there, so we were trying to go for his lower plate. Maybe we should have just tried going for the upper plate, but I think with the standard rounds I probably wouldn't have penned. We've gone for the heat rounds to try and go through that Tiger 2, but we're also trying to avoid artillery as well. We've got a couple of our friendly tanks in the way, which has caused a bit of an issue. We decided to fire at the T25AT. We know we're going to pen that guy. T25AT disappeared, then came back. We were trying to get a shot in, but unfortunately just managed to get into cover. We thought we could sneak the shot in there, but we just weren't able to do it. Aimed a shot at the Churchill that's over the other side there, whilst avoiding an artillery shell, which is good. We didn't take any damage from that guy. But now we're going to turn our attention onto this corner. We can see there's an absolution. There's a T44 here, so I'm going to poke. I'll take the shot off the absolutions, that's fine. We tried getting a shot in, but unfortunately we did just bounce. Seeing if we can sneak a shot into that T44, but he just backs off there. We did bounce the absolution, we got a shot in. We've taken a few rounds here, but I'm just trying to sort of push the advantage here, or push our team to try and get this side moving, because we are kind of losing the game a little bit, only marginally, but I didn't want us to get held up on 2 tanks when the other flank is being properly pushed. So I want to get rid of this T44. We do get some shots in there. Haven't taken any damage in return. Now I want to sort of focus on this T32. Unfortunately, we're just trying to get the angle down to get the shot off. It's being a little bit awkward in this situation. We do take a shot off the T32, but we do put a shot in and we track him in place. Need to get rid of this T32, making life very, very difficult for us, but we do manage to pick up the kill there, putting our damage to 2.5k damage there. We have taken a fair few hits as well, which is not ideal, but again, I was kind of willing to sort of accept the trade there because I just wanted to push the side and clear the side out. The thing with mountain pass I find is if you don't clear a flank quickly, then you usually find yourself getting pincered in, and then before you know it, it's game over. And also, well, I would say you usually get capped out on standard battle, but this is encounter, so we don't have to worry too much about that. Now we're focusing this Black Prince that's in the middle here. Again, just sort of just basically confirming map control, and we take out the Black Prince there. I would love to get a shot on artillery to take out artillery, but it's just not in the kind of spoofed that shot a little bit because we were sort of trying to squeeze it in, but just wasn't able to make that work. But he does get taken up by a friendly Panther 2. We're up to 3.7k damage here with 2 kills, with a little bit of track assist. We've bounced 415 damage as well. And now we're going to move in to the tanks that are in our base. We've got a Tiger 2 and we've got the Czechoslovakian tank destroyer. Our friendly artillery takes out the Tiger 2, which is good, which just leaves a medium tank which is up here, which is the Champion. That's quite a rare tank. You don't see many of these about sort of at all in the games these days, probably for good reason. But we've put a few shots into the Champion there, and now we're going to move into the to the Czechoslovakian TD here. Should be able to make light work of this guy because the Czech TD at tier 8 here doesn't have any armor at all, and we do manage to take him out for our 3rd kill of the game. The Champion gets taken out by a Panther 2, and we finish the first replay in pretty good position there. We come up 4.7k damage, 3 kills, 384 assists, picking up the high caliber medal and the 1st class. So yeah, that's first replay in the KAME, which you can see didn't really have too much of an opportunity to sort of flex our mobility there because, well, we kind of most of the action was sort of around our spawn or in one particular spot on the map. So but yeah, the DPM on this is fairly nice. The accuracy, although it shows it's quite good, I find can be I don't know, just a tad on the derp side. It's one of those tanks where it looks good on paper, but in actual fact acts kind of differently in game. And I've sometimes found that the shots feel a little bit sloppy. I don't know, maybe it's just the average shell velocity which kind of catches me out. You know, anybody who knows me knows I like my tanks sort of quite snappy, you know, quick shell velocity and sort of, you know, quite accurate. Derp isn't particularly my favourite type, but like I say, this isn't derpy. It says different on paper. You know, the accuracy stats can be a little bit deceiving, I find, in some ways, as opposed to what you're sort of getting out of this tank when you're sort of actually playing it. But overall, like I say, it is a nice tank. You know, it does perform well, I think, and yeah, we're just sort of gonna see how this replay sort of pans out on Kassrine now. And yeah, we've taken sort of position into the middle here. We sort of do like to get quite aggressive with this tank, and yeah, sort of push up front, because you can actually get some decent assist off this tank. I've had some games where I've sort of pushed up and got, you know, some good assist out of this. Yeah, it has got sort of fairly good view range with our setup. And that's how sort of I like to play. I like to sort of be able to get up front, you know, get the information, get sort of plenty of assists. We're up to 653 assists already. Bit of a slow burner start, just because with Kassrine don't want to sort of push out and pay the price for it. We do get a shot into the Tiger 2 there, our first shot of the game, into the side turret. That Tiger 2 just sort of turned his turret enough for me to get a shot in. And here we're just using our 10 degrees of gun depression, just trying to see if we can sneak some shots in. We do get a shot into the Panther there that is crossing. Now I'm just kind of in a little bit of an awkward spot, because I've got sort of tanks at multiple angles here, and I'm just trying to make sure that I, you know, don't get shot in the front or in the side. But we do take a shot there, and artillery is looking at us. So I've decided, you know what, I'm going to move out. I just don't think that position is overly safe. I figured it was just best for me to move out that corner, get into a safer position. I feel like this flank is starting to get pushed quite heavily here. So I've just sort of made that decision to just get out, try and reassess, and just see if I can perhaps balance up this side a little bit, support our team, because in all fairness, I don't think the tanks are sort of particularly in great positions where they can sort of start putting, you know, a lot of damage on these guys. So I've decided I'm going to move up. I'm going to use my 10 degrees of gun depression and the little bit of turret armor that I've got, to try and help this side out and just get close up to the battle and just put some shots in. Now artillery takes care of that Panther 88. Unfortunately, we get a shot in the side by the Comet, who then does get taken out. And I kind of feel like actually maybe, you know, I didn't need to come here. Team seems to have sort of dealt with this situation fairly well. But I'm going to try and see if I can get some more damage here and just get a shot into the side of this medium tank. We've got artillery focuser, so we've got to be careful of that. Get a shot into the side of that Tiger 2. Unfortunately, we take a shot from another tank that's just sort of sitting behind him. Again, just going to use the gun depression there to protect ourselves. Our Vanguard has gone sort of rushing in. That distracts the Tiger 2 and allows us to get a shot in, picking up our first kill of the game. And now I'm going to sort of press this side a lot more now. Artillery still seems to be interested in us for whatever unknown reason, but we lose the spot. Now we're going to get up to the next ridge, going to go hold down, decide to go for the T29, and just, I don't know, easier pen I guess. So just going to focus the T29 a lot here, try and get rid of the T29 if I can. I've got the Tiger 2 with him, again just dodging the shells here. Do get a shot into the Tiger 2. Gonna try and turn our attention back to the T29 if I can. I think we get another shot in, putting him onto a one shot. He gets taken out by our friendly champion. Now we managed to squeeze the kill shot into the other Tiger 2 there. and we've pretty much cleared the side. We've got 2.5k assists with 2.8k damage. There's 4 tanks left. This is pretty much foregone conclusion with this game. Now, be honest, sort of, I think this tank does need a little bit of a longer game. Unfortunately, sort of I think the games I've had have mainly been sort of a bit of a landslide, so I'm not actually being able to get some sort of absolute barnstormer of a game, just because I don't know why the gameplay over the last few days just hasn't allowed it. It's just been very quick, one-sided games. So yeah, kind of unfortunate really, because I was sort of hoping that I could get sort of a real sort of high damage game. But nevertheless, the replays I've got for you is it's the best I can do. And coming up there will be sort of a few more better games. But yeah, we finish the second replay there on Kassrine. And we get sort of top of the board there again, just picking up 2.8k damage, 2.5k assists, and the first class. And then we move into the third replay here on Alamein, another desert map, and a decent map, to be fair. We can use our mobility here, similar to sort of Kassrine, a nice big open map where you can sort of move about and use the mobility to your strength, and that's the main thing with this tank, is its mobility. One thing I should point out is the power to weight does feel a little bit on the sluggish side. So the power to weight is 18.5, which could be slightly better, I think. Just getting to that top speed can feel a little bit of a chore. But once you get to the top speed, it's fine. You can move across the map relatively easy to your desired location. Now on El Alamein, we've come up to this ridge here. We were going to put some shots into, or try and catch out, get some spots on the tanks that are crossing, but we take a shot from someone sort of sitting on the hill, which I presume is the spot in sort of E7, E8 area. So sort of thought, well, I'm not going to keep poking there, so I'll just keep getting a shot on the side of the turret. So I want to move round to sort of the middle position. And you see we spotted up a VK there. So I've decided, you know what, the VK is sort of going into the base now. It's in counter mode, so I don't have to worry about being capped out. But it's more to the point, I want to get in a position where I can get some shots into these guys. The Czechoslovakian Tiger 1 has also come into the base and just seems to be completely distracted by something else. It's trying to go for the trap shot there, but unfortunately that didn't quite come off. Unfortunately, the VK comes up and slaps a shot into us. I don't know if that's through the upper plate or into the turret, but like I say, you can see there the armour is not as good as what you think it is, so you do have to be careful. We do bounce a shot there, but we also take a shot into the side. So we're down to 381 hit points already. It's not great. At the start of the game, we've lost pretty much the majority of our hit points, and we're definitely going to be a one shot to that VK, I think, and a two shot pretty much to everything else. Now we see this T-34 sort of out in the open there. I'm not quite sure what he's doing, but he's going to give us the side of his tank. Unfortunately, we just didn't quite aim the shot proper there, and we just shoot into his track, which doesn't really do anything. Gets tracked in place there, so we could get another shot in, which we do. Trying to see if we can potentially squeeze another shot in, and we do. We get the kill shot there, picking up our first kill of the game. We're up to 1900 damage. The VK is still sat in the cap here. I was going to over peak, but I thought better of it, because knowing my luck, if I'd sort of peaked up there, the VK probably would have turned around and managed to snap a shot into me. So I've gone to sort of the safer lower ground where I won't get shot from anything else. We managed to squeeze a shot into the VK, put him down to a one shot. Now I would like to take out that VK just because, well, he's sort of put quite a few shots into me, and he's also going to be an absolute pain. Now we see a Tiger 131 that's just come around. We squeeze a shot into the Tiger 131, ammo racking him there, and then he gets his ammo rack completely blown up. So sad times for the 131 there, but that's another tank that has been cleared off the board. And now we're going to push our advance into sort of the middle of the map. We've got a few sort of tanks that we could get some shots out. Now we see this AMX 5100 that is sitting at the back there. We put a shot in, he gets made light work, and we actually pick up some assist from that. Now I notice this BZ that's on the left. Well, actually there's this heavy tank that's just come round our rear. Luckily he gets taken out. That could have been quite dangerous. We are in a little bit of a crossfire here. It's a bit of a tricky situation. We've got T69 that's poking up. We get a shot into the side of the T69, but then we've got this BZ. And we're using this rock in front of us as cover, and I'm just hoping that our friendly heavy tank can distract him, which he does. He does get taken out. Unfortunately, we rushed the shot there, and we just bounce off the upper plate of the BZ. Now, I'm a little bit worried that I am in sort of quite a bit of a crossfire between this BZ and this T69. Luckily, the T69 is playing a little bit safe. I don't know if he's on reload still or if he's just poking up just to try and get his shot lined up. The BZ is coming round. It looks like he's coming for us. I'm a bit worried. We do take a shot there apart. It doesn't roll high enough and he gets taken out for over peaking on us there. And then we're down to 35 hit points. We snap a shot into the T69. We're incredibly fortunate with that shot there. And yeah, we pretty much played this game on a wing and a prayer because we've kind of thrown our hit points away. But it's like I was saying in the last replay, the gameplay has been quite fast, and I think sort of we've been reacting to that and going with the fast gameplay, pushing in, and maybe sort of taking unnecessary shots just because I want to sort of speed the gameplay up, which isn't ideal really. It's not the right way of playing the game. Ideally you want to sort of be playing tactically, keeping your hit points for as long as possible, but sometimes if you do that, you're in sort of the danger of being a bit too passive, and then you can end up sort of not doing enough damage and the game just runs away from you. But in that game we hadn't done too bad. We picked up 4k damage with 1100 assists, again picking up the first class and picking up the win. So we're on the fourth and final replay, and we're in Lakeville, and again we've been top tier pretty much most of these games. I've had a couple of bottom tier games, and if I'm honest, they're not being too pleasant. It's again, like I say, the armor doesn't. It's got some armor, but not enough to make it sort of bulletproof to tier 10s. So I mean, like I say, you saw we struggled against the VK at tier 8. So tier 10s is just going to have no problem going through this. So something to sort of bear in mind. This is very much a support vehicle, particularly bottom tier, and I think that's just the best way you've got to play this tank really, using it as support and getting on those flanks and putting shots into the side of tanks while they're distracted. But here on Lakeville we've decided to take the lake road, and what we're doing is we're actually getting shots into tanks crossed into the town. We've actually missed a couple of shots, to be fair. We've kind of played a bit like a spoon, not really sort of led our shots well enough, but we did get a shot into the KB2, setting him on fire and getting the kill out of the KB2, so that's a dangerous tank to get out of the game. Now we're going to focus on this javelin that has been lit up. The javelin goes blind, but we do sneak another shot in, and we're just going to poke down. You see the light tank has sort of moved into the town, and we do have to be careful. I don't want to get lit here. Tried snapping a shot into the light tank, and I'm kind of worried actually that the town is not really being contested, and I feel like where I'm sort of sat, I'm probably going to start getting shot in the side, particularly if that light tank starts spotting us up. It's not really going to spell great news for us if we stay there. So with the town kind of not really being contested, I've kind of figured, you know what, I'm going to come over to the 1-2 line. Artillery is in play. I usually don't take the 1-2 line just purely for that reason of artillery just always manages to sort of just land shots in us 24/7, and it gets really frustrating. We do get a shot into that KB2 now. Our team is playing a little bit passive here. There's a lot on the 1-2 line, but they're kind of playing quite passive. So that's why I've sort of moved over to this position, because I want to push. I want to push this this flank again. It's all about map control. I was going for artillery there, but he does get taken out. Tried squeezing a shot into the Stern Tiger, but unfortunately it doesn't pen. We did take a shot from something on the 1-2 line on the other side. We've loaded the heat. We're going for the Stern Tiger. We get a shot into the superstructure of the Stern there. He gets taken out by a friendly Stone Cold. I'm trying to see if we can sneak a shot into the Super Sherman. We get a shot into that tier 6 VK. Again, we're just trying to see if we could get some more shots into that Super Sherman, because that is sort of the most dangerous tank out of all these that are on the one line at the moment. Not really connecting our shots at the moment, but we can see our friendly medium tanks pushed in. I've decided, you know what, I'm going to push in as well. Kind of felt like our team was going to push. Wasn't the case. So now I'm sort of, leading the charge. But our team seem to have reacted to that and have also pushed up. Taking care of that Paladin. Getting rid of that guy. Now we're going to focus on this VK. Again, we're using our turret armor to bounce these shots, which we know we're going to be able to do effectively against the VK. We get a shot into the VK there, picking up our third kill of the game. And you can see we've cleared the 1-2 line out, which is very important. Now we can start focusing on town. It's still an even game. We're only 2 tanks ahead, but now we've got the 1-2 line pretty much locked down. Now we can start to focus on the rest of the tanks in this game. See the Javelin on the left hand side. They're going to focus on the Javelin because I don't want to get into a battle with the Charioteer while that Javelin is still alive, because we're being a crossfire there. We bounce the Charioteer here, which is quite nice, and we take out the Charioteer for our 5th kill of the game. Now this is where the game goes quite unfortunate here, because I know the rest of the enemy tanks are either in the town or sort of heading towards our base. Our team have decided to set up camp on the enemy base there and are going to cap out. See this heavy tank crossing, decide to take the shot to get the 6th kill, confirms a top gun, but it's really disappointing because, you know, had we sort of not sort of stayed in the cap, we could have possibly got a Radley's out of this, and you know, this probably would have been the ace tanker gameplay had we sort of just committed to getting rid of the enemy tanks. But you know, the team wanted to win. There's nothing you can do about that. You can't focus on things that are completely out of your control. We pick up the win. That's the main thing. We get, like I say, 6 kills, 3.9k damage. Bring the top gun. Only 600 assists, but 2,000 over there blocked. Pretty nice game there. Like I say, just shame we'd sort of capped out. We possibly could have gone on and got the ace tanker there had we sort of carried on. But there we go. That is the KAME, which overall not a bad tank. I think, yeah, it's okay. If you like your sort of mobile mediums, then it's definitely a tank for you. I wouldn't say it was broken or overpowered. I'd say it was just right, to be fair. It's pretty balanced, I think. And yeah, that's pretty much it, you know, all there is to it, guys. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do like and subscribe, because it does help the channel. And as always, guys, I'll catch you next time.